last dance?
I shall follow your lead.
We're on a search for one of the greatest powers ever known. Let's fly.
Star Trek Discovery is launching its monumental final mission, and we've got a one-of-a-kind preview of this exciting adventure. In the next half hour, we will celebrate the stars, characters, and storylines that led up to this thrilling new season. We will go behind the scenes for a look at the show's innovative special effects, and Sonequa Martin-Green, Captain Michael Burnham herself, sits down to give us the scoop on Season 5. Stick around for all of that and more. Hello everyone, I'm Wil Wheaton, your host for this inside look at Star Trek Discovery's epic 5th season. The series follows an extraordinary crew as they explore not only the far reaches of space, but also the emotional journey within themselves. In the final season, Captain Burnham leads the crew on a heroic quest to solve a mystery and find an ancient treasure that holds the answers to humanity's most important questions. The final mission begins April 4th, 2024 on Paramount Plus with a double episode season premiere. When it premiered in 2017, Star Trek Discovery forged its own path in Star Trek storytelling. For the first time, Star Trek episodes were heavily serialized and told a single story across each season's episodes. This new approach also opened the door to a new golden age of Star Trek, telling fresh and modern stories in several wonderful new Star Trek series. So let's kick things off. For those of you who may not have seen Star Trek Discovery or may want a refresher, we have just the thing for you. Hollywood legend, EGOT award winner, Star Trek icon, and our friend Whoopi Goldberg narrates a crash course on the show's first 4 seasons to get you up to speed. And don't forget, you can watch every Star Trek Discovery episode right now on Paramount Plus. All right, check it out.
Whoops log, stardate, whatever. I could never figure those things out.
How can you not know this stuff?
Shut up, kid.
Listen, I'm here to tell you about Star Trek Discovery's first 4 seasons.
We'll try to have a little fun along the way too, huh?
It has been a wild ride of incredible characters and stories. And when I'm done, you'll be ready to stream Discovery's 5th and final season this April on Paramount Plus. As my old friend used to say, make it so.
Let's fly.
The Starship Discovery is one of the galaxy's coolest and most exciting ships. I mean, it pretty much trips on space mushrooms to jump itself around the universe. No, seriously.
This ship's spore drive travels on a network of mycelium that's spread across the entire galaxy.
It's commanded by Michael Burnham, a brave captain who is willing to bend the rules whenever necessary. But Michael wasn't always the ship's captain. She first came aboard as a disgraced officer who had gotten her mentor, Philippa Georgiou, who you've seen in Everything Like Everywhere All the Time, killed and accidentally started a war with the Klingons. Whoops! To clean that mess up, Michael got some help from her friends. I'm talking about people like the Kelpian Saru,
First Officer, Saru.
scientist Sylvia Tilly,
Oh my God, you look awful.
Thank you, Tilly.
I'm ready.
mushroom surfing engineer Paul Stamets, and his loving partner, Dr. Hugh Culber, as well as one of the best bridge crews in Starfleet, and I know a thing or two about amazing Starfleet crews.
How did you defeat the Klingon Empire?
Even evil parallel universe Philippa Georgiou shows up to help end the war with the Klingons. My advice? Next time, just give them some prune juice.
You see? Prune juice.
Warriors drink.
After the war, Starship Enterprise and Captain Christopher Pike, gorgeous head of hair included,
As usual, we agree.
arrive on the hunt for Spock. Yeah, that's Spock. And by the way, he's Michael's brother.
You're making this very complicated.
I was raised on Vulcan.
Spock, in his Bohemian beard period, disappeared while investigating some weird red signals in space.
It showed me an apocalyptic future.
Dun dun dun! Thanks to some time travel shenanigans,
Mom!
those signals helped the Discovery crew stop a universe-destroying AI. Why does every AI want to destroy stuff? I mean, come on.
Let's go.
More AI defeating time travel shenanigans take Michael and the Discovery 930 years into the future. And their first mission in the future? Solve the mystery of an ecological disaster known as the Burn.
Dilithium. One day, most of it just went boom.
And speaking of burning, things got very hot between Michael and her new 32nd century friend, Cleveland Booker.
Book.
Okay. Stamets and Culber grow their family, adding a beautiful young couple named Adira and Gray. Parallel Universe JoJo joined Starfleet's top secret but not so really secret spy group, Section 31. And we're not really supposed to talk about that yet.
I would very much appreciate the opportunity to continue our conversation.
Saru makes a love connection with Vulcan diplomat Tarina. Aren't they cute? Ooh. Solving the Burn gets Michael promoted to captain. Her first mission in command is stopping a planet-destroying space anomaly.
They're all gone.
Yeah, something easy to get her settled into the captain's chair. Tilly pursues a new passion.
Welcome back to Starfleet Academy.
Gray says goodbye to his family. Didn't he just get this family? Book goes on a misguided mission of vengeance that leads to his conviction on charges of treason and a breakup with Michael.
I need to take a walk.
And Michael and Saru wrap things up with the anomaly's creators and prepare for what's next. And if all of that weren't enough, honey, season 5 is going to be Discovery's biggest. It's going to be its most exciting adventure yet, and the FOMO is real. You have to be there when the final season kicks off this April on Paramount Plus. Tell them Whoopi sent you.
Up next, I sit down with Star Trek Discovery star Sonequa Martin-Green for an exclusive interview you won't want to miss. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Today, it is my absolute pleasure to visit with Star Trek Discovery star Sonequa Martin-Green to talk about her journey playing Captain Michael Burnham through the show's 5 seasons. Take a look. Sonequa, I am so thrilled that you are here to talk with me today.
Thank you. I'm very thrilled to be here.
I'm just going to lean into how much I have been anticipating this and how excited I am for us to talk about Discovery's 5th season. It looks like we are facing an incredibly action-packed season.
Action-packed, for sure. They were saying as we were starting that it would be fun, that it would have levity, that we would have a sort of light touch with everything. Oh, that didn't feel good. So the action is, it is just that. It is packed in this season. It should be exciting.
So we're talking about Discovery with the knowledge of people who have been involved in it in different capacities for 5 seasons, but a lot of the audience may not know. May not know where you started, how you got here. You want to give a real brief overview just for people who are coming for the very first time?
Yeah, Star Trek Discovery is interesting and is has its own identity, has its own uniqueness in the Trek franchise. We're a hyper-serialized story told like a novel in chapters. People grow and change. There is permanent growth. And you get to see these people become who they're meant to be over the course of the series. So there's a lot of fun. There's a lot of grit. It's quite rich. It's a roller coaster. It's an emotional roller coaster. But I think that it's a profound one.
This season is an adventure.
Yes.
It's so hard to not.
I know.
It's so much happens.
So much happens.
So, do you want to talk as carefully as you can about some of the obstacles, maybe some of the challenges that Discovery will be facing?
I think that some of the heart of the season is the questions it raises about life.
Yeah.
And then the answers that it suggests about life. You know, there's all these, there's just some insane action sequences. We endeavored to go boldly where we had never gone before.
You start the season riding outside on a starship.
That's right.
It looks like you did a lot of wire work this year.
Yeah, there was quite a bit of wire work.
Is it still terrible? I haven't done it in a really long time, but I didn't like it when I did it.
Yo, it hurt.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah. Isn't it wonderful how all the weight of your body can go onto about a 2 square inch area?
That's exactly right in the grooves.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing how that works. Yeah.
It is.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, I have to say though, like, it's so fun. I have so much fun doing stunts and fight choreography and wire work and everything. It's like, that's not to say it's not fun.
Of course.
Because it is.
Yeah.
It's thrilling. I get excited, but it's hard work.
Yeah.
You know, it's, but I guess that's part of why it's so fun.
The crew of the USS Discovery has experienced a lot heading into season 5. Here is an inside look at where we last left the crew and what's in store for them as they launch their final mission on April 4th on Paramount+.
Power of creation, here we come.
Season 5 is different because we get to go to places we haven't seen before.
Burnham is going to go on a real journey of self-discovery led by somewhat of a treasure hunt.
I love that we still see these characters finding who they are and what they're meant to do.
Not to mention all the action-adventure that ensues.
This season is a lot of action and fun without losing the things that make Discovery Discovery.
There was a real conscious effort to embrace the adventure and the danger.
Hang on.
What I love about this is we're continuing the Roddenberry legacy.
It allows us to do kind of an ode to previous branches of Star Trek where each episode does feel like its own adventure.
We have so much canon to work with, and it's fun now that even though we've skipped to the furthest point in Star Trek history, that we still get to incorporate and work with some of those ideas. I hope the fans have a lot of fun going on this adventure with us. I think it'll be a big payoff.
I see you started without me.
Well, we needed some excitement.
Our special interview with Sonequa Martin-Green continues right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. I'm talking to Star Trek Discovery star Sonequa Martin-Green. Sonequa, one of Discovery's greatest strengths is how it embraces diversity. Mm-hmm. It is easily the most diverse Star Trek show ever. Mm-hmm. I think it might be one of the most diverse shows in the history of science fiction. Would you talk just a little bit about telling stories that respect and are deeply enmeshed with audience representation?
I've spoken about the representation on our show so many times over the years, right? And I always want to say something that is as profound as the experience of doing it.
I get that.
And I don't think I ever have. And I don't know that I will. And now I understand, especially because I can look back in hindsight, that I don't have to.
Yeah, I think you just did.
You know, it's like every time that I get to speak on it at all is a blessing, right? Because it's one thing to speak to a particular audience. Mm-hmm. There is merit to that. There is necessity for that. There's another thing to be able to speak to a mass audience, to be able to speak to so many different people, to be able to reach so many different people, especially when you're telling a story that has profound truth at the heart of it, right? Unconditional love, viewing others as more important than yourself, understanding that humanity is invaluable and that everyone is special. And so being able to do that, be a part of that, I'm just grateful.
I meet people all the time who tell me that they were watching Next Generation in the 80s and in the 90s, and they're around my age, maybe a little younger, and they will share with me that things were rough in their family for one reason or another. Things were rough at school for one reason or another. And that was an hour a week where the things that were rough were very much on the outside. And I have had people tell me, like, the only reason I'm able to even have a relationship with someone in my family today is because we built those bonds during Star Trek.
Wow.
This probably happens with other shows. People bond over things that they care about.
Yeah.
But I feel like we just have this fundamental, hey, we would love it if you would just work to be the best you can be. This is what we want everyone to leave with at the end of the day. I get that you agree with that.
1000% I agree with that. I mean, Trek is cross-generational.
Yeah.
And those are stories. Those are profound stories as well, is when people talk, when grandparents connect with grandchildren, when parents connect with children, when siblings reconnect, when family members who could, like you said, who could not connect otherwise, connected here, and then we're able to build on it. People say, why do you think Trek in every iteration has lasted? Why is it so, important? Why is it so popular still after all these decades? And it's because we want that.
Yeah.
We want love.
Yeah.
We want it. No matter what, we want it. And so when we see it, we gravitate to it. And we also see our potential in it as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's why. I think as long as that core remains, the franchise will continue.
Star Trek Discovery features spectacular next-level special effects that you won't find anywhere else. We went behind the scenes to learn how some of these incredible visuals were created for Season 5.
We learned a lot on Discovery. We set up a pipeline for visual effects and for post and how we build things and, how ships are built and how they look and how to show a space battle. It was such a good testing ground, and it really helped set the tone for what we have now.
Star Trek Discovery has innovated a lot. Everything from our use of LED lights embedded in the sets. Every progressive season, that just got more and more complex. So kudos to the DPs. They really pushed the limits on what you could do with LEDs before anybody was thinking this seriously about LEDs. The other thing that's fascinating is how we've innovated the sets. The virtual production wall, which we call the holodeck. It just expands the universe in ways that are incalculable.
Wow! This piece of technology was introduced in Season 4, and here you have this space that's, I think it's 11,000 plus screens coming together. It was a head scratcher sometimes because you would be looking at it, our production design and our set design would be, situated to continue to build the world, and then you would go to the monitor in Video Village and it would look real. It would look like it continued forever. It would look like you could put it right on TV.
As amazing as this technology was, I had nothing to compare it to. So we were all kind of figuring it out as we were going along, not just the actors, but the creatives and the director.
The technology is so amazing, and the team that does, our design team and then the team that does the AR wall, all of the technical elements are just all such incredible artists and technicians that we've been able to go to places that we probably wouldn't have been able to go to otherwise.
The wall really allows us to create alien landscapes, alien planets, and it really, for Star Trek, where there's a different adventure every week, there's always a new alien species to visit, or their homeworld is, as well. It just became this amazing opportunity of technology to really explore what was actually available to build out these Star Trek stories.
Starting from not having virtual production to building it to what it is now and having all that, in our pocket and doing it as a team with everybody here has been quite an experience.
I think we all thrived and benefited so much by having those AR walls available. It made the world feel so much more immediate and there.
What a technical, artistic feat. It's like that is such a great example of technology and art coming together.
We'll be right back with more sneak peeks from the concluding season of Star Trek Discovery. Stay tuned. Thank you for joining me for this very special sneak peek of Star Trek Discovery's exciting final season. Beginning April 4th, you can catch new episodes on Thursdays on Paramount Plus. In the meantime, head over to Paramount Plus, where you can relive the adventures from the show's first 4 seasons, as well as other favorite Star Trek series. And after you've seen each episode, I hope you'll meet me in the Ready Room, your weekly behind-the-scenes hub for the Star Trek universe, where I'll have more inside looks, exclusive interviews, sneak previews, and more. Before I leave, here is one more special look at Star Trek Discovery's final season. Until next time, I'm Wil Wheaton. Live long and prosper.
It has been a hell of a journey. But everything ends someday.
The Discovery is my family.
Being a part of a crew, being where you need to be, when you need to be, that's Starfleet.
Last dance.
I shall follow your lead.
The greatest treasure in the known galaxy is out there.
We're on a search for one of the greatest powers ever known.
It could be very dangerous in the wrong hands.
This clue is the most important thing. We have to keep it safe.
Let's fly. My crew, the family I found in Starfleet. We make a pretty good team.